how many parks have you been to this year? For Seattle, there's hundreds and hundreds of parks, and people are pretty familiar with your Cary Park, your Cal Anderson, or perhaps Gasworks Park. Gasworks is a banger, by the way. What are some of the parks that are rarely mentioned? What are the parks that I could find myself enjoying or relaxing in? I went ahead this week and took a look at some new parks. Well, they're not new. I mean, they're just new to me, so here you go. I'm in Daejeong Park in Beacon Hill, and this is right next to Little Saigon. You can get a pretty good glimpse of Mount Rainier from here too, and in the center there is this beautiful Korean-style pagoda. And what's a little peculiar about this park is that it's actually bordered by the I-5. So you might ask, why does this park even exist, and why is there this really beautiful structure here? There's swaths of land that were left after building the I-5 and I-90 freeways, and they act as a buffer between the city and the road, and are too small or noisy for development. So the city designated this patch as a park. And this pagoda structure, it's what gives Daejeon Park its name. And installed in 1998, it was donated by Seattle's sister city of Daejeon, and gives the park a unique character. So I was reading the plaque behind this building and just snooping around, learning all about the details on the construction costs, the budget, and why this was built. I had a flashback. I actually passed by Daejeong on my trip to Korea just last year, and I was on the train from Seoul to Busan. I just found that it's these types of cultural exchanges that make Seattle feel like a global city. So yeah, I've made a lot of important life decisions under this pagoda, just looking at the royal patterns that dot its insides. It's really beautiful and mesmerizing, and almost even a bit psychedelic. It's a good place for reflection. And just a stone's throw away is Katie Black's garden, and this is a Japanese-style garden, as you can see with the meandering paths. And it's been around for 100 years now. So the story goes that Katie Black's husband, Frank, offered her a European vacation, but she politely turned it down and wanted a Japanese garden instead. And you know, the funny part was Frank was actually mayor of Seattle for 3 weeks, and then he dropped out. It's this park that retains more of his legacy on the city than his mayoral time. But I really love this garden. It's a place for me to reflect and do figure eights around the little path. And I'm standing where there used to be some ponds, but it actually dried up. But overall, I hope this park stays here for another 100 years. It's an awesome place to hang out. Now, those were the parks that I got to explore this week. And looking back, I found out that, parks tell us a lot about our history, about how we choose to manage our land, and what really matters to a city and people. So my challenge is this. Whenever you see a park, you should look up its name, find out why it exists. Does it have a history? Does it have a story behind it? Because as I move from Seattle and as I leave this place, I will miss these green spaces a lot because they're unique to the place. These parks aren't just parks, and this land isn't just land. I solidly think that it's really the stories around these places that matter, and we should continue telling these stories. That's what counts. Anyways, why am I finishing this in a car? I'm just getting used to this recording format style, and it's a little awkward sometimes when I'm outside just recording, so here's my little recording studio. Okay, goodbye.